compare what you did at 15 or 14 versus 16 or 17, you know that there's a lot.
It's a little goofy that they had y'all do the PSAT in 8th grade, not closer to when the test. Because like we did it a year before and then had the year to study for it.
Yeah.
I guess they're like, oh, now you have multiple years to study for it, right? Are y'all going to study for the SAT for multiple years?
Yes.
I mean, if that's what you
My
want.
sister's forcing me to. You go to college board, there's like Khan Academy things.
Also, there's a bunch of stuff on Quizlet now. Like, you're freshmen, don't worry about the SAT just yet. Also,
If this immediately goes in the trash at the end of the hour, that's when you.
yeah,
Like,
not going to break our hearts.
Hey.
All right. I'm pretty sensitive. All right. So, second hour, what I need you to do, go to the top of the Google Classroom screen. We're going to see PR36, Great Power of a Response Sheet.
Where am I supposed to put this?
You're going to open that, just wherever. You're going to open that bad boy, and you're going to see this.
Told you to do a Spider-Man.
I'm doing a Spider-Man thing again.
I'm gonna show
I have nothing if not on brand always.
That's my brains.
I'm gonna be honest. That PSAT was long, and that's probably why I.
SAT is also long.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I know,
I failed math.
but-
I got like 2 questions done before.
Hey, I'm a 400 in reading.
All right, second hour. So I'm gonna do like a quick explanation of why we're doing this, and hopefully you'll bear with me. So, as we know, this is my year of student teaching. I'm still a student, right?
Yes.
I'm just trying stuff out, seeing if it works. Here's an example of trying stuff out, seeing how it works. This assignment, I love Spider-Man. We're gonna try it out. It's okay if you're critical, just wait until the end. And just let me know how it goes, okay? I'm doing this, I think y'all will enjoy it, but it's gotta be a two-way street here, okay? I'm gonna work hard to give this content to you, you just gotta try to work hard and give me something back. Does that sound okay? About to say, on the topic of no bell work.
Is this one?
So, make sure my
One more bell work for the rest of the year?
no, not that.
This is bell work for this week.
All right, y'all. Amazing Fantasy, exploring the webhead through his multiple film adaptations. 1 second, come on. Oh wait, got to do that. Wait, 1 moment. Let's
Sorry, messed up.
take 2. Didn't really mess up, but I forgot there was a fun thing. If that makes any sense. So, is this your favorite song?
No.
Can we make it your favorite song by the end of the hour? Okay. This was my favorite song as a kid.
I can tell. Yeah, it's linear. What you're doing with us right
When
now.
I was a little kid, my parents, I went to use the restroom, and then one guy came out, and they were like, "Is that your boy in there?" And they were like, "Oh God, yeah, why?" And I was flushing the urinals to make the theme song, the Spider-Man theme. So it was just like, and they were like, "I swear to God," I had to come and that's just squeezing water. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a version of bell work. You don't have to write anything down. All right? Then y'all will read the very first appearance of Spider-Man. You can read the PDF, or we also have a motion comic available for y'all. It's about like a 15, 16-minute motion comic. It's a little goofy, but it gets the point across. Then we're gonna compare said appearance to his live-action counterparts, building our reasoning skills to support our argument and proving why you're correct and others are not. This is an opinion-based thing. I'm gonna show you content, and I just want you to form an opinion on it of if you like it or if you don't and why. Try to explain it. All right, that's our goal here, is to get y'all better at explaining your arguments. All right. So, first things first, y'all. Oh, Chef's finally on the show. I added this picture. So, what do you know about Spider-Man? Are you a fan? Why or why not? We're not going to write in a bellwork document. Just raise that hand high. Are you a fan of Spider-Man? All right. Why might you be a fan of Spider-Man? All right. Here, I see a hand. Nope, nope, okay. Hi. Did you have a hand up?
Yeah.
Hi. Do you like Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Why do you like Spider-Man? You like Spider? What's your favorite Spider? Bold jumping Spider.
Actually, I do like Spider-Man.
What's your favorite spider?
I don't know the actual name, but I know it's like nickname. It's called a bear spider.
My favorite spiders have 8 legs.
It's super small, but it's like a really pretty blue color. And they're like,
Me too.
they're just the.
I'm about to say, I think you know, I'm a camp counselor over the summer, and there was a moment, speaking of spiders, then we'll get back on topic here. I was walking on the trails with like all my kids, and suddenly felt like this thing crawling on the back of my neck. And I like went to grab it, and it was a spider, a pretty big spider, and on the back of it had this huge hump made of webs. So it was like a little backpack, and then I panicked, swore in front of all my campers. They thought that was hilarious, and then like just brushed it away because it was disgusting. And I did not want that thing on the back of my head. But also, be kind to spiders. All right, I saw a couple other hands. Why do you like Spider-Man? Why or why not? Yes.
I like spider. My favorite spider is
Yeah. If you go to Camp Waldemar, there's a dock. There's a little like a chest. If you open it, it's a family of wolf spiders in there, and they're all made. All right. Yes. You don't think Spidey's interesting?
You can shut your mouth.
Hey, it's just opinion. Which is what we're doing this project for. Oh my God, no way. That's it. I think that's justifiable. All right, I see a hand. Yes, Ekins. He's okay. Also, Ekins. You did really good on the animal farm test. Just want to let you know. All right. Would anybody else like to share their real opinions on Spider-Man that hasn't shared already?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. You can say it's spectacular, even.
It is beyond me.
All right.
Oh,
All right, I see another hand. Yes, let's keep going.
Alright, when I was like 7, I used to search up like Spider-Man web shooters like to make at home. Yeah, I'd actually make them.
I always thought like if you just took like a sewing needle on string, just shot it out, it wouldn't be strong enough, but you'd have a web shooter.
Right.
I thought Spider-Man was real for a long time. All right. You had your hand up. Did you still want to share?
That's it. That's
I've never seen like any Spider-Man.
Well,
Besides the thing we saw in class.
I hope today is going to change that. Okay, guess what?
I think he's really cool because he's like, you're from the neighborhood. Like, he started off in the neighborhood and proved himself. He's super smart. He did that off himself. He made his own shoes.
Tying it back into Miles, I heard an interesting comment from like a writer where the introduction, Spider-Man, Peter Parker's Spider-Man now is doing Avengers level stuff, and Miles gets to do what Spider-Man was kind of started off as with Peter, where it's like the more ground level stuff. So if you're looking for Spider-Man ground level comics, read Miles. If you want like bigger event stuff, read Peter's. Also, the Miles comics are super good, and you all should read them. But also, so is the comic you're about to read right here. Actually, wait, before we do anything, let's learn how Spider-Man was created by Stan. Rest in peace, Stan the Man. Let's learn a little bit about it.
If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it. We had already done the Fantastic Four, and I think maybe the X-Men. I can't remember the order when my publisher came to me, and he said, "Stan, I want you to come up with another superhero." So I said, okay, I went home, and when my publisher said do something, I'd better do it because I wanted to keep my job. I thought, what can I come up with now? Well, the most important thing in a superhero at first is the superpower. Once you get that, everything else comes along. So I thought, what power will I give a new guy? And I saw a fly crawling on the wall. And I said, hey, if I can get a superhero that could stick to walls and crawl on them, man, that would be cool. So I thought that was good. Now I needed a name. So I go, let's see, Fly Man, Mosquito Man. And I got down to Spider-Man. Spider-Man. It just sounded dramatic. So okay, I had my hero, I had his power, his name, and then I figured just for fun, I'm gonna give him personal problems. Because except for you people who are perfect, your lives are perfect. Most other people have personal problems. And then I thought I'd make him a teenager, because there were no teenage superheroes that I know of at the time. So armed with all that wonderful material, those great ideas, I ran into my publisher this was my reaction, the reaction he gave me. Stan, that is the worst idea I have ever heard. First of all, and he started to give me his break, because he's a very logical man, very intellectual. First of all, people hate spiders, so you can't call a hero Spider-Man. You want him to be a teenager? Teenagers can only be sidekicks. And you want him to have personal problems. Stan, don't you know what a superhero is? They don't have personal problems. Well, I left the office disappointed, but obviously a much wiser man. And I couldn't get Spider-Man out of my system. So we were about to kill a magazine. I think it was called Amazing Fantasy. It wasn't selling well, and we were sending the last issue to press. When you do the last issue of a magazine, nobody cares what you put in it because the book is dying. Just to get it out of my system, I put Spider-Man in Amazing Fantasy, featured him on the cover, forgot about it. A month later, all the sales figures came in. My publisher came racing into my office. Stan, you remember that character we both loved so much, Spider-Man? Let's do him as a series. Now, why am I telling you this? Besides the fact that I have to kill a little time. If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it.
Is anybody else crying? Any tears being shed?
You wish.
One thing I would like to say before we jump into anything is, so we all know Stan Lee is the creator of Spider-Man. This is just a personal nerdy thing I'd like to make sure you all know. Do we know who the other guy is who created Spider-Man? His name, if you all walk out here just knowing this, that's fine. His name is Steve Ditko, and how Marvel used to write comics when Spider-Man came out was the writer would have an idea, give that idea to the artist, and then the artist would draw out the story and basically make the story, and then the writer would come back in and add speech bubbles and text bubbles. So in the early comics, like Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the Marvel way was heavily artist-based. Steve, a lot of things with Spider-Man that you like so much or interested in come from Steve Ditko. He just doesn't get the same credit because he didn't create the pantheon of characters that Stan Lee did. Steve Ditko is super duper important. Spider-Man, also Doctor Strange, he helped create. Super important artist, and I really hope y'all look into him. It's pretty cool. All right, but also so is Stan, the man freaking Lee. May he rest in peace. It was a sad day when he died. I was walking to class, and then I just turned around and walked back to my door. I was like, I'm not doing it. So, guess what we're doing now, y'all? We're gonna read some freaking comics. So, you have two options here. If you go back to the original document, you could rather read the PDF, which is just great. It's right from the 60s, so you're gonna see some 1960s advertisements. Or you can watch the motion comic, which is about 15 to 16 minutes. Both do the same thing, it's just your choice how you spend this next couple minutes doing it, all right? So I'm gonna give y'all about 17 minutes, so if it's 9:04, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. At 9:21, we are gonna reconvene and build off of what y'all just read. Is that all clear? All right, I see a hand, yes. Yes, these questions, thank you for reminding me. We will re-go over them, but they're important for you to notice. These are the questions you are looking out for when you're reading Amazing Fantasy number 15. Based on the first page, how do Peter's classmates respond to the idea of hanging out with him? When Peter's bitten, what does he do? What are people's reactions to him? What does he say to the cop that way lets the thief go? Uncle Ben dies, what's his reaction? And then, what do we learn about the thief? Not very, very nice. Everybody knows it, right? But read the comic and see how it's interpreted. Because that's what we're focusing on, is the different interpretations of Spider-Man stuff that we are really used to. All right? So, y'all have the time. I'm gonna play some music. Again, we're gonna reconvene. I think we said it like, what, 9:22? Just say that. 9:22. All right? So, go for it. I'm gonna play some Spider-Man and Lo-Fi. I'm also going to start the motion comic in the background so I know what timestamp it's kind of around.